Hey guys, how's it going? This is your Angry Birds NASCAR fan, the Blue Jimmie 48 fan here, and hope you guys are all doing well today. Um, well, these past 8 hours or so have probably been the longest ones that I've ever encountered in my life. Um, so I've made really tough videos before. Um, Obviously, one with dealing with my aunt Chris, dealing with a couple of family members, and talking about my overall state of mental health and all that. But this might very well be the toughest video I've ever made, because it involves someone that I have loved for the past more than 13 years of him being in this sport. And I picked when I was first 5 years old. I picked the winning car to win the Daytona 500. That was the 2006 Daytona 500, my very first NASCAR race that I ever watched on television. And it was just so happened to be Jimmie Johnson. And since that day, I've been nothing but a loyal fan for the past more than 13 years. 13 seasons. 83 wins and 7 championships later. And I cannot be more happy of being a fan of one of the greatest drivers, possibly, and the greatest athletes of our generation, if I'm being honest. We may never see an athlete like him again in this sport. He fought through so much adversity. He fought through 3-point system changes, and he still managed to get the job done at least one time through each system. But that's not the main point of this video. But well, it kind of is. But anyway, it was announced earlier today that my friend, my driver, my hero, my inspiration, my motivator for life, the one thing that keeps me going, besides you YouTube fans of mine, is officially stepping away from NASCAR. Is officially stepping away from full-time racing, I should say, after the 2020 season, which is this upcoming season. And we've been on a slump these past 2 years, because straight up these past 2 seasons it just sucked. It really did. And I could honestly say that Pocono crash in 2017, and thank God it wasn't there for that race, because I was only 2 hours away from the track, and if I went to that race, that very well might have been the race that my heart would have just completely sunk, and I would just be an absolute emotional wreck coming out of, especially after he got out of the car. He wasn't himself, it looked like. But that was the day that ultimately changed everything. That was the day that ultimately changed everything. And since then, it's been an absolute struggle to get back on track. And here we are now, at the end of 2019, just a few days after the 2019 season's over. Johnson has announced that 2020 is going to be his last one. While this completely just and utterly just kills me, I was just nothing but crying earlier when I first got into class today. When I first heard the news, I was just checking my phone. we had a substitute teacher teaching us all this stuff, and I was just the only one that was just nothing. I didn't listen to a word he said, because all I was thinking about was just my favorite driver ever. Just he's gonna be no more after 2020. He's gonna be no more, and I know in his heart and in his soul, I know he wanted to race past 2020. I know it. He wanted to keep racing all these years. I know it in him that and I know I feel it in him that he wanted to keep going, but I don't know if it was his decision or if it was Hendrick's decision that either Hendrick or Jimmie decided that he was gonna step away after next year. But obviously, as much sadness as I feel right now, we obviously can reflect that I wouldn't have wanted to root for any other driver of this generation than this one. If I rooted for someone if I ended up picking someone like, I don't know, Ryan Newman, Casey Mears, Clint Boyer, or any of those guys back then, my life would have been absolute hell. My life would have been absolute hell back then. But, I'm very, very grateful enough that I got to root, that I have rooted for one of the best drivers ever in all of NASCAR, and at least of this generation. And it's gonna stink. That's gonna stink, I know. After 2020, I know this is gonna sting for a very, very long time. And ever since we didn't make the playoffs after that very, very upsetting crash at Indianapolis, it was really tough. But I know Jimmie and Cliff Daniels, the new combination together, I know we were getting faster. I know we were keeping up. We were in the top 10, top 5. We were even leading laps at some point because of that swap. And I know there was a lot of chemistry going on with both him and Cliff. That I know that one day, hopefully, Jimmie could have another resurgence in his career. But little did I know this will come into effect now. That after 2020, he's officially going to hang it up. I know a lot of people are I'm just in such disbelief. I really am. But yet again, all drivers can't last forever. And while it is going to sting for a very long time, my love for Jimmie will never grow astray. And he will always be my champion. He will always be the one driver that will stick through me through the rest of the years of my life. Through all the rest of my years of my life. He will always be my driver. No matter what anybody says. No matter what anybody says. He will always be my hero. So, with that said, talking things over with my parents and all that, with my dad specifically, I think it would honestly only be fitting if we made the impossible possible. And I'm going to make a promise, hopefully, that you guys can fulfill. With me being a fan of Jimmie all these years, from 2006 to 2019, and now 2020 next year, it's going to be one of the most emotional years possibly in my life, honestly, because after ISM, it's gonna stink, that Jimmie is no longer gonna be on the sport, but he will always have a lasting impact on me, the millions of fans around the world, all the teams, all the drivers of this sport, and even the legends of this series. But anyway, guys, I thought it would only be fitting if I would attend his final race, which will be happening at ISM Raceway, November 8th, 2020. But I need your guys' help. But I need your guys' help to make this dream possible. Every super chat that I get from here on out is all going to be put towards my trip to ISM. I want to be at his final race, and I want to watch history in the making. And obviously, that's a very tall task at hand, especially for my YouTube audience, but it would just absolutely mean the world to me if you guys helped me make this dream possible, because I'm thinking about ditching Dover both weekends to go to ISM next year and to watch Jimmie's last race in person. So, with that said, like I said, all super chats from here on out are going to be all going towards the ISM trip. All the sales that I get from the Blue Jimmie 48 fan Teespring store, which, by the way, we have brand new products available for that, so it really would mean a lot on that end. Everything, just everything. I don't care if I just got a new computer and all that, but I don't care if I buy nothing else. I just want to make. I just want to see him. I just want to see him for the final time. If it would, and I thought it would be really exciting for all of you guys if you guys got to see that for yourselves. It would be the best vlog possibly I've ever made on this channel. So, any support in any way you can would mean the absolute world to me, and hopefully by next year, November 2020, we will be heading to ISM Raceway to watch Jimmie Johnson for the final time. It's gonna stink, and it probably might very well be the most emotional week of my life. But I hope we can make this dream possible. So any way you can, be very greatly appreciated. So yes, it's gonna stink that Jimmie's no longer gonna be here after 2020, but I'm really hoping I will be able to witness something monumental and a once in a lifetime opportunity come November of next year. So anyway, guys, that's about it for this. I know it's going to stink. I'm obviously going to make more Jimmie Johnson related videos. I'm very affirmative in the coming months. Obviously, I know One More Corners. I got to get ready to upload that video for Friday. But it's going to be hard for me to push through. But thank you guys so much for understanding me. Thank you for understanding this whole thing, and I'm just hoping you guys are going to contribute in any way you can to get me to ISM Raceway to watch Jimmie's last race. With that said, that's it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay humble and kind, folks.